First of all, let's see what futures are. And to understand futures, I'll give you an example. Let me tell you that I have a property whose price is rupees 1 crore as of today. Now you are interested in purchasing this property, but you don't want to purchase it today. But you're looking forward to purchase it after 2 months. So after 2 months, you're interested in purchasing this property. Now the thing is, you really don't want to pay rupees 1 crore today to purchase it. However, what we can do is we can get into a futures contract where me and you get into an agreement where I am the seller and you are the buyer. So I promise to sell you this land after 2 months and you are willing to purchase it from me after 2 months. Now to get into this contract, you will be actually paying just a margin of the total 1 crore. So let's kind of assume it to be around 15%. So by paying 15 lakhs, you're getting into a contract with me where you are agreeing to purchase it after 2 months. Now you'll be asking, like, then what are the advantage? Okay, so the answer to that, let's assume that the price of this land goes up to 1.3 crore after 2 months. If the price actually goes to 1.3 crore after 2 months, then you'll be having to pay a higher value, right? You'll be having to pay 1 crore 30 lakhs in that scenario. However, since you have entered into the contract today, when the price is 1 crore itself, you'll be able to purchase it from me for 1 crore. Now, if you wish, you can actually sell it to somebody else. You can sell this contract to somebody else and you can exit out of it. Okay, if the price has appreciated to 1.3 CR. Okay, and after 1 month, after 1 month itself, the price has actually come up to 1.15 crore. Now, if you feel like you want to sell it to somebody else, you can exit the contract and somebody else comes into the contract. Now, the new person who is coming into the contract, he'll be purchasing the contract from you, whose value is 1.15 crore. However, you entered into the contract when the price was 1 crore. So you make a profit of like 15 lakhs straight within 1 month. So that is what happens in futures contracts. Now you'll be having this doubt. So if the price is 1 crore today, will I be willing to sell it to you for 1 crore itself after 2 months? The answer is no. See, if I put 1 crore in my bank, let's kind of assume that I'm getting an interest rate of 6% annually. I put 1 crore rupees in my bank account, I get 6% interest rate. Meaning every month I get an interest of 0.5%. So after 2 months, I should be getting like a 1 lakh rupee interest, right? So I should be getting a 1 lakh rupee interest after 2 months. So let's kind of say that when I kind of think about preparing this contract between you and me, we get in an agreement 1 crore plus the interest rate for 2 months. That is 1 crore 1 lakh is what you should be paying me after 2 months to get into the contract. So that is what we kind of mention as accrued value. So other factors will also be considered. In this case, I have just taken an example of the bank interest rate. Okay, so other factors based on supply, demand, all these things you kind of consider. Based on when it comes to products like crude oil, you must be knowing in the winter seasons, the European countries, they consume a lot of crude oil because for heating the rooms, they actually make use of crude. So we kind of mentioned that a term as seasonality. So there will be certain seasons when the demand is more. So if we are actually trading a futures contract, then definitely the winter seasons the demand will be higher, and futures contracts that has an expiry during the winter seasons, these adjustments will also be taken into consideration based on seasonality, etc. Now in this example of property, I'm just considering the bank interest rate. Now the next doubt you will be having is, then what is the difference between intraday trading and futures, right? So intraday trading and futures are somewhat similar, I would like to say. See, if you can actually go for a short position on an intraday, right? On intraday you can go for short position. Now in futures contract too, you can actually carry forward your position till the expiry date. Let's say that I go for a short position on the Reliance futures that is having an expiry, April expiry, Reliance futures, I go for a short position. I can hold the short position, that means I can take overnight positions till the expiry date. Now in this example I gave you of land, the property example I gave you, the expiry was 2 months. Expiry was 2 months from the date of writing the contract. After 2 months, you are promising to purchase from me, right? Now, futures are actually obligations. Okay, so if you enter into the contract, as a buyer, you have to buy it, and if you enter into the contract as a seller, you have to give the particular product to the person at the end of the expiry. Fine. Now this futures contracts are actually made for easiness of transaction between companies, between countries, etc. So let's kind of assume BPCL. Now you know BPCL has its own refineries. For that they need crude oil. Okay. Now do you think that if BPCL kind of calls up oil exporting country like 1 day back or 2 days back asking for this much container of crude or this much barrels of crude, do you think they'll be able to dispatch it? No, definitely not. But what they do is they get into futures contracts with oil exporting countries, oil exporting organizations, companies, etc. Let's say 6 months or even years before. Okay, so both parties actually get an advantage. As far as BPSL is concerned, they know what is going to be the domestic demand in the country during a particular month based on data. So based on this, they'll make a pre-order. Okay, I need this much amount of crude, this many barrels of crude on this particular month. So they get into a contract with the oil exporting country or company long beforehand. And as far as the company is concerned, they know on whichever month to which all countries or to which all companies how much quantity of crude we have to deliver. Okay, so they know that as well. So they can plan their production accordingly. They can do their extraction activities. They can do the crude extraction activities according to the demand that has been given through pre-orders by the different countries. Okay, so that is the major use of futures contracts. And now as individual retail traders, we get into it. We kind of get into it like predicting the moves. So we try to make use of the moves in the price of crude to our own personal profits. Okay, so that is how futures contracts works. And as far as intraday trading and futures is concerned, they are same we can say. The difference is that intraday trading you have to square off the same day. Now when it comes to futures trading, you can hold the position till the expiry date. So before the expiry you have to square it off, and whatever profits or loss you take, you have to exit it off before the expiry date. So that is the major difference. And similarity is that intraday trading we can go for short position. Futures also you can actually carry forward your short position. You can carry forward your short positions, meaning you can take overnight positions on your short positions in futures contract. Okay, so if you have a view that the index is going to fall down, you can trade the index futures. We trade commodities, we trade indices, we trade currency pairs. All these we are basically trading the futures contracts of the same. So it is not like I purchase 1 liter of crude or 1000 liters of crude or 1 barrel of crude. What I am actually purchasing is 1 lot crude oil. So we trade futures contract in lots. Now in 1 lot of crude oil is nothing else but 100 barrels. Okay, 1 lot is 100 barrels. If I say I got into a futures contract of 1 lot of crude, meaning I am getting into a contract to purchase or sell 100 barrels of crude at this particular expiry date. So that is what you usually see as crude April futures, crude May futures. So what is actually mentioned with the month name is nothing else but the expiry date. So that contract will expire on that particular date. So the date will also be accompanied along with the contract name. So kindly understand that. So the month and the date that is kind of accompanied with the contract is nothing else but the expiry date of that contract that is being traded.